All right, I'm on the phone with head football coach Duane Crawford from the Ellsworth Eagles. And, Coach, before we get into the weekly coaches show and preview tomorrow night's game against Orono, let's you give me your feelings on the exoneration of Tom Brady.
Oh, I'm ecstatic. I think that it was a farce from the start, and Roger Goodell should step down as commissioner of the NFL and give it to somebody that's more capable of running an organization like that. That's it. The whole thing was just ridiculous.
Well,
I think they spent a lot of money that they could have done something much better with.
Yeah, no question. And I mean, it was a total rout for the NFL as Judge Berman comes down totally in favor of Tom Brady. And now it's just a question as to whether or not the NFL is foolishly going to appeal it or not. And I mean, this was their hand-picked judge. I mean, the NFL Players Association wanted to go to Minnesota, but this is the NFL's hand-picked judge.
Yes, and listening to ESPN this morning, this is the fifth time the NFL has lost court cases in regards to player suspensions or injunctions or law cases against them, and so I think that by now they'd learn that you need to do something different.
Yeah, I mean,
so
it's pretty incredible. And
yeah.
All right, so let's talk high school football. You've got a busy you've had a busy week, and you've got the game against Orono at home to start the season off on Friday, September 4th. Tell us how the week has gone in terms of practices and the health of the team.
We've had a great week of practice. We had a very good practice last night. We're up to 29 players now. We still have a few on the injury bus. Andrew Brown, our starting quarterback, won't be playing this Friday night. We thought he was going to be ready to go, and he's not. So, but other than that, we're in pretty good shape. We've picked up a few more players, and not all of them are ready to play because of the time they need to put in practicing. But we've had a great week of practice, and we're ready to play tomorrow night.
So what can we expect? What are the keys to victory for Ellsworth over the Orono Red Riots? Well,
Orono's coming in with 8 of their returning starters from last year, and they're fast and they're big and strong, and they look pretty similar to MDI, although they do run a wing tee like we do, and they do some stuff out of shotgun as well. They've got kids with experience, and our big thing is A, to be able to slow down that T offense on the ground, and then B, be able to move the ball and eat up some of the clock. And they've got some aggressive defensive ends that like to come up the field, and some very good linebackers. So we definitely have our work cut out for us on Friday night, but I think the kids are up for the challenge, and we'll go out there, and we're getting better one week at a time, and that's what we're going to do this week.
Should be an exciting time. What with the school being just in session, it's nice to have school back when you've got a home football game, which hasn't been the case in the past.
It is. Unfortunately, they're off tomorrow.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Weekend. Yeah, but hopefully there'll be a good crowd, and we have the fair too that may cut into part of it. But it's supposed to be a beautiful night, and I think the temperatures are going to be down a little bit tomorrow night. So it should be a great night for football.
So it's really a kind of a page out of the old MDI playbook. It's that ground and pound, and really try and minimize Orono's touches.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, is that they're an experienced team, and they've been running that T offense the same as MDI for forever, since Coach Sinclair's been there, and maybe before then. So they do it very well, and it's not something they've had to install as a new offense from year to year. They've been doing it for a long time. The kids know what to expect, and so they start out the season maybe a little faster than some other teams do because they're experienced in what they're doing, and we're just going to have to step in there and hope we can get a couple of fourth downs and force them to punt, and then see where we go from there.
What about special teams? I mean, obviously that's a real key to victory. Your punter looked good the other night against MDI. Tell us a little bit about what you've done in terms of getting ready for the special teams.
Yeah, special teams, and that's a third of the game, and it's always a tough one to put in because during the preseason we tend to shy away from that because it's mass times velocity when you're running down the field and kickoff or kick return or punt return or punt and try to minimize that type of contact during the preseason. So tomorrow night will be our first look at kickoff and kick return and live punt and punt return. So it's huge. We need to be able to cover the ball well. In previous years, we haven't done a great job on kickoff, which has led us to squib kick most everything. And part of that's being able to kick the ball deep, and the other part's just having personnel on the field that have the experience to play out there. So, this year I think we're a little bit better in that category. So, we're going to kick away and see what happens. And kick return, we've been doing it for a little while. We've got some speed back there, so we'll hope for the best on that. And then punt is a matter of making sure we protect the punter and then get our gunners downfield to make a play on the ball. So we do have a good punter, and he's been pretty consistently kicking the ball 35, 40 yards. So hopefully that'll all come together tomorrow night.
Who's been the surprise this week in practice?
Oh, I think the surprise this week has been Javon Williams, our freshman quarterback Friday night. He's going to step in and play quarterback for us, and he had a good game against MDI. He accounted for one of the touchdowns and had another turnover. Besides that he had an interception that he ran back for a few yards. So, but he's done a great job at quarterback, and that's allowed us to free up one of our other players. Tyler Hardwick, who played quarterback for us last year, who's typically our wingback, so it's able to put him back there, and so he's done a wonderful job. I'm looking forward to see how he does tomorrow night.
All right, best of luck, and we'll talk on Monday, Labor Day, and no rest for the coach. And,
no rest.
And then we'll see how the weekend went. So best of luck tomorrow night.
Okay, thanks, Chris. Okay, thanks.